standing at the intersection of caste, gender, and class oppression, face reality far harsher than that of the so-called mainstream society. In a nation where women constitute half of the population, it is deeply troubling that they remain neglected, exploited, and deprived of political representation. The injustice worsens for Dalit women who endure double discrimination, first as a woman and then as Dalits. They are not only excluded from political power, but also denied social, economical opportunities also, trapped by centuries of systemic inequality. The women in our society looked as a second-class citizens, whereas the Dalit women are looked as almost third-class citizens. They are facing double burden of discrimination. Dalit women are getting married at a very young age. This is a very important issue to discuss. They are being denied their joyful life, and their dreams and aspirations are being destroyed. The burden of poverty is pushing them to go child marriages, and these marriages are creating additional burden is health crisis in the Dalit women. Our daughters are still suffering in the corner. Empowerment in its true sense is about gaining control over material assets, intellectual resources, and even ideology. It is about enabling Dalit women to participate in decision making, to wield power, and to transform their realities. It is about breaking the chains of caste-based oppression that have historically confined them to the margins of society. In Kerala's fight for equality, Ayyankali and Nangeli stands as a powerful symbols of resistance. Nangeli, a Dalit woman, made an unforgettable sacrifice against the suppressive breast tax that forced lower caste women to pay for covering their chest. Refusing bow to injustice, she cut off her breast in protest, bleeding to death, and her deficiency led to the abolition of the tax. Our constitution recognized this injustice. Article 14, 15, 16, 39 and 36 among other guarantee gender equality.
So is a serious lacuna, I believe. If we want to make sure we create an ecosystem where issues about women, understanding about women, where a true concern about women has to become a deliberation or a dialogue or a issue to be discussed in the society, then why shouldn't it be done year long? Why should it only be done in March? I truly, sincerely, earnestly request, Sagarika and everybody else, because Sagarika gets to choose her panelists throughout the year, and she can also contribute by involving more and more women on serious topics, not only on Women's Day, because every TV channel I look at, especially the Telugu ones and most of the national media, during that 1 week of Women's Day, they only call women panelists and they remember everybody. That time people are calling me, ma'am, please suggest whom to call. I'm like, yeah, please ask me the same question in April, then I'll let you know. So, that doesn't happen. I believe that should change. I mean, I sincerely feel that, and I've said it on many platforms, that not only around March 8th, but rest of the year, when we speak about women empowerment, then it will truly happen and sincerely happen. And of course, I look at women empowerment and women leadership in two different layers. One, as a policy maker, what the government should be doing, what the lawmakers should be thinking about, how should we create an enabling ecosystem for the women to grow. And of course, the other part, what the women themselves should be doing and what we, all of us as a society, should be doing to work on women empowerment or, more and more freedom and more women to be in the workspace. We often have heard many people propagate this idea that, once the women are educated, then all the problems will be solved. When the women are literate, everything will be solved. I've been looking at various numbers closely from past few years, and it's interesting to know in 1960s when the literacy percentage of Sri Lanka was just about 40 to 45%, they could give a woman state head to the nation, to the world. Well, of course, as Sagarika said, maybe she walked into a powerful man's shoes. But then my question is, and all of us need to really think, do we ask the same question to the male politician who inherits their powerful father's shoes? I mean, do we question them? Don't we have leaders across the world who step into the most powerful father's shoe? Why is it a question when a woman steps into a father's shoe? This seriously has to be thought about. And at that time in 1960s, when Sri Lanka gave a women state of head for the first time in the world, since then till now, America's literacy rate has